Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves and having a little bit better, and hopefully you're feeling a bit better today after all of the changes happened to Hydra, right, and making everything completely different. And there's been an uproar in the community about all the changes, including to Trunda and Wixwell and all that stuff, and probably went over the top. And most content creators are on the community side with how difficult Hydra has become increasingly overnight. So today I wanted to kind of go over my personal best team before and after, and is it still doing the same damage, or is it doing damage, or is it struggling now? Do I have to change my whole of my team, my gear and everything like that? Now I do have a pretty insane account. I'm pretty stacked overall, and I am very in game. You can also see that I'm very active in live arena. I pretty much drop live arena videos nearly every 2 days, and you can see here we're looking pretty stacked in the Great Hall in some areas as well. So you can see here we're working on Hydra, and I just finished off ignore defense. Critical damage is already done, and now I'm trying to fix or basically fix the speed, right? So let's go into today's team, and I'm going to showcase my team before. So this is the team that we use. You guys would have seen this before, but I wanted to kind of show you the whole new team and rework it and show you how Carnage is still a insane champion for Hydra, and it's time to take him out of the vault if you do have Carnage. Now I understand Carnage is probably not the easiest accessible champion to get, but as long as you're doing some Curse City like clearing the boss, etc., then you will get your hands on Carnage at some point. If you're struggling for Curse City content, I do drop a ton of it over the next few days. Probably gonna drop one today, and there is a ton of videos on that as well. And I do my best to kind of make it easier as possible, like so. So I already got videos on 19, 14, for example. I've got one dropping today. I got one dropping tomorrow for the finite stage, etc., etc. Let me know down in the comments what other stages you want to see in the Soul Cross area. I also have a video on the boss as well, with the free-to-play epic that we get from Demon Spawn as a login champion. So as you can see here, we've got our roles. So we've got a speed aura still with a decreased speed and the turn meter coming in with Nekmafar in a hex set. We have a 9-piece protection on 2-hack. She is crit capped as well to try to do some damage. We have a reflex set on Lady M. Probably gonna change it to a 9-piece protection for next week, I think. To try and benefit from that more. We do have a provoke set on Mishi, who is going to be our provoke champion. That's why you don't see as much damage on him. We have a 6-piece merciless on Vlad the Destroyer, and then we just have like a savage and cruel build on Carnage. Carnage, the best DPS champion in this comp by a long shot. In all fairness, he nearly did like quite a lot of damage on his own. You'll be surprised how much damage he's doing overall. So want to hack to be the fastest because you want to put up a lot of damage. Don't have to worry about provoke this rotation, which is pretty nice. So we're going to open up the A1 so we don't true fear everyone. And so we can set up pretty nicely. AoE decrease speed on everyone, like so. AoE there as well. Defense down like so, and then you'll just flip into Carnage's first form, allowing to do the DPS straight away. Now I did make some mistakes throughout my run, like I did the ally attack into the heads like 2 or 3 times with the buff, what's it called? Basically the damage reduction buff of 100% now, which is pretty insane. You can see here Carnage and Vlad the Destroyer still slapping these heads around pretty nicely. Vlad Destroyer starts hitting for like 2 million on his A2, and then Carnage is basically hitting for like 2 million as well on E1 on the destroyed head. So a lot of damage still coming in from these heads. And you can see here, we are ramping up damage like really fast, but I'm going to let this play out for you guys. You can enjoy the music, and then we'll come back and compare the damage before and after, which is probably like the biggest curiosity of them all. So we got a little bit unlucky, right? You can see that the Carnage died just before that, because they obviously put a reflection, and then we provoked, so I did the counter attack into it, which it is what it is, right? Like, there's not much we can do. But you can see here, Negmafar coming in with 77. That's going to be coming from the Hex. Mishi coming in with 77 as well. Sorry, Negmafar coming in with 75. 2-Hack coming in with 10. Lady M just basically 4. Vlad the Destroyer just under 100 million. Honestly, if we get level 2 Blessing on him with some extra attack, I reckon we can get him to do 2 million. And then a Carnage coming up with the just under 185 million himself. You can see here he actually healed for a whopping 54 million as well. So Carnage will hit harder. I will get the 5-star and 6-star soul at some point, and I'll probably will swap to Crush and Rem for his kit, because he will be kind of key for my Hydra. I do use him in Live Arena as well. 2 different builds totally altogether. One is extremely fast for Live Arena, and then this one is extremely slow, right? Because it basically heals itself like so. I reckon I can probably get this team back up to 500 if I'm lucky, with a couple of more blessings, etc. And I think if you guys had like stronger blessings and stronger, I wouldn't say stronger gear because my gear is extremely strong, but if you can get stronger blessings, I reckon that you can get this to do what you need it to, of 500 million for sure. This is what we was doing with like the full turn count at this. You can see here I run it for like 25 minutes less. And we did basically this. It would have been 1 billion if it wasn't for Carnage also dying in this. No, sorry, I think it was Vlad the Destroyer actually died in this run. So if we go to the 1,000 turn mark, we can kind of see like how much damage we had, and then how much damage we actually lost, because we lost damage because of the cap. Obviously, that's not fair to kind of judge it from the cap mark, so that's something we'll have to take into consideration, because we have got 500 turns less. And honestly, I don't mind there's less turns because it's less time for them to kind of RNG me, right? So yeah, let's try and tone this down to 1,000 if we can. We should be kind of curious to see on how much damage we actually lost overall with all these changes, etc. Bear in mind, there's also different rotations as well. So I guess we can let this play out a little bit. I'll look for that billion. Oh, there we are. So we was on 663, and we were now on 443. So we've lost like 130 million, basically. I mean, it's quite a bit, right? But I'm not too bothered about losing that much, because if I'm losing that much, and I know everyone else is losing that much, which is at the end game mark, so it is what it is. I do feel like the Devour wasn't really much of a problem because I kept killing the heads quite frequently, and I just mainly focused on a couple of heads, as you can see throughout the run. But anyway, it's one of them ones. Let's go and see the gear. I did make a mistake on Carnage, actually. I was meant to change the amulet and stuff, because it should be a bit different. It should be this gear, which, you know, is a little bit different for stats, if I'm honest. But because we had this gear on, we lost like 200 attack, etc. You can see here, these are the stats overall. So let me show you the stats with the live arena Great Hall. You can see here 209 speed, 330 critical damage, a lot of ignored defense, a bit more attack. Sorry, we need to be in the second form, Grim, not in the first form. And you can see here, these are the stats. Now, I will try to reduce the speed a bit more. Once I max out the speed, I'll really build Carnage just to be a bit slower, because I know we can run it by like 185. And then just try and juice up this attack. I want to try and get like 10k attack on him, which would be actually quite achievable, because once a Great Hall is done, we get like 600 from that. And then I can again drop some more speed once we got the speed maxed out, and juice up his attack a bit more as well. So you can see like so, yeah, I want to try and get close to that 10k attack as possible. Cruelty is the way to go until you get this. These are live arena masteries. Not the best masteries for Hydra, if I'm honest, but generally does the job anyway. You can see that it does insane damage. I guess if you took better masteries for Hydra, he would do more damage. Anyway, so these are Nick Mafoe's masteries. This is Nick Mafoe's gear, so you can see the refresh there. Probably will take the refresh off. I don't see the point of keeping it on. Crit caps as well, some critical damage, accuracy, and then survivability, which is going to be pretty key. I do need a bit more survivability because you can see throughout the run it got a bit sweaty throughout, and then cruelty the way to go for him as well. And then we can talk about Vlad the Destroyer again with this. These are his masteries as well, which are a bit more Hydra focused for me, which is pretty nice. Cruelty again, just basically trying to stack that cruelty as much as possible. And yeah, you can see that these are the stats for him as well. So 279 speed, so 276 speed. I do want to get this attack up to 6k, which will happen once I get a level 2 blessing, and also the arena bonuses is finished there as well. Once he obviously has more accuracy from the arena bonuses and more speed, again, it's a case of rebuilding him to be more efficient and make his smack harder, which for sure we can do some stats up for sure. So Mishi is in a Slayer set. Again, I kind of wish I had that level 3 blessing, right? Because it's quite a lot of defense of 600. You can see here we've got good speeds. Now, I'm not crit capped, which is something I didn't actually notice. I will try and adjust that for next week. And then, yeah, we can see here good defense, etc. Obviously, you should be checking. I think it's because I changed the gloves, yeah, to be defense, and it used to be critical rate, so I've lost a bit of crit cap on him. I guess I'm trying to get them on Marius, but Marius didn't want them, so it's one of them ones. And then after that, it was a case of Lady M, which again we spoke about here. We got masteries for La Arena, which honestly might start trying to give us some War Master now. And these are the stats coming in. Basically, I just focus on speed and then survivability, but I'm probably going to come in with 100% critical rate and try and get a bit more damage on her as well. So every little bit of damage right now is going to make a difference. I wasn't too bothered before the update because, you know, we was very close to hitting the billion. And the reason we didn't hit the billions because I kind of screwed it up, right? You can see here, these are the masteries for 2-hack, coming in with some very nice masteries. Again, Brimstone, just that actually might be more helpful now, Brimstone, with the etc. of the boss now. I won't really be focused on her masteries as on her blessings. You can see here, good accuracy. Kind of would wish I had more resistance, but hey ho, 100% critical rate, really strong speed. Defense could be a bit better. And HP is pretty nice. 9-piece protection, which gives me some extra damage for my DPS champions. Now, I think I've included everyone. Let me just double check that we did. I've done this one, this one, this one. Yeah, I pretty much included everyone. It's pretty crazy. I'm still pretty happy with the results though. Like, I still do the chest, which is not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with like results. I've seen some other people really struggle compared to myself, and honestly, I didn't really struggle so much. I guess potentially the only thing I could possibly think of is actually dropping Mishi and Vas the Destroyer, and then come in with like a Venus option, and then maybe a Marius coming in and doing the same damage, because I've seen Marius slap in for like 180 to 200 million right now. That could be another way, but then we lose damage in some sense against others. So yeah, it's really options, and then obviously we've got to think about hard, etc., which is going to be super interesting. And yeah, there's all sorts is going on right now in Raidshadowlegends. So I will be dropping more videos over the weekend to do with Hydra, mainly to do with my account. I've got a load of takeovers as well to do over the next week. So if you're interested in that type of content and you're really trying to increase your Hydra damage, come and check out the streams. grimreapertv raid, Twitch. We do go live at 6 p.m. We will be doing a gym giveaway at some point as well next week, or probably the week after. So that's also something else as well. So that's it from me today. We'll be dropping a video later on today for Siege, so go ahead, check that out if it hasn't dropped already. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. Thank you for watching to the end. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.